So you can see in the picture a fireman extinguishing the fire by throwing water under pressure. So what happens by doing this, you bring down the ignition temperature lower, and so the combustion stops. Then here you can see a picture of a fire extinguisher, and another way of cutting the supply of oxygen is covering the body with blanket. You wrap the body with blanket, as wool is poor conductor of heat, so it cuts off the oxygen supply and it doesn't allow the body to catch fire. So the most important thing, or the two things which you should keep in mind when fire breaks in your house or in office or in any nearby places, you have to keep in mind that cutting off the supply of air, secondly bringing down the ignition temperature, or removing the combustible substance. The most common fire extinguisher is water, but water is not used in case of fire caused by electrical equipments and due to burning of oil. Foam of carbon dioxide is used in such a case, and this is it. For fires involving electrical equipment and inflammable materials like petrol, carbon dioxide is the best extinguisher. Carbon dioxide, being heavier than oxygen, covers the fire like a blanket. Since the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, the fire is controlled. The added advantage of carbon dioxide is that in most cases it does not harm the electrical equipment. So, how do we get the supply of carbon dioxide? It can be stored at high pressure as a liquid in cylinders. So, carbon dioxide expands enormously in volume and cools down. It not only forms a blanket around the fire, it also brings down the temperature of the fuel, and that is why it is an excellent fire extinguisher. Another way to get CO2 is to release a lot of dry powder of chemicals like sodium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate near the fire. These chemicals give off carbon dioxide, and that's how it puts off the fire. But if you don't find these things, when you find that fire has broken down in nearby place, then what you will do is, whatever you can collect, that is sand, soil, take it and throw it on the place where fire is there, and you will find immediately it will put off the fire. So sand or soil will never cause any kind of harm. Never put off the electrical fire with water. You will always use fire extinguisher. If you don't have fire extinguisher, you can pat the place with woolen blanket, or the immediate thing you can do is rush outside the house, use soil or sand for putting off the or extinguishing fire. That's the best thing. At the same, you should also call the fire brigade, and the number I would like to give you that is 101. Emergency number for fire is 101. You give call if you find the fire is terrible and it can damage the place to great extent, then you should immediately give call. Because in most cases it is not easy to eliminate the combustible substances. If for instance a building catches fire, then the whole building is the fuel. In such cases you should try only one thing, that you cover yourself with woolen cloth, that is blanket, and try to move out of the building. First thing, give call to the fire brigades, call 101 and try to leave the building. Okay, so never open the window after the fire breaks. Okay, you can avoid fire by opening up the windows, because once the room or the building has caught fire, if you open up the window, then you are just supporting the combustion more. The oxygen or the air will flow in from outside and it will just increase the amount of fire, and very quickly the places will get surrounded with fire and it will destroy the building or the room quickly. So you should avoid opening up windows or doors after the building or the room has caught the fire. Okay, now we will talk about types of combustion. There are several types of combustion: rapid combustion, then spontaneous combustion, and the third one is explosion. Okay, which are they? Rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. What is rapid combustion? We find that the gas burns rapidly and produces heat and light. Such combustion is known as rapid combustion. But the type of combustion in which a material suddenly bursts into flames without the application of any apparent cause is called spontaneous combustion. Just quickly, without any application is done to burn or for the combustion, it catches fire, that is called spontaneous combustion. Like the substances phosphorus, which burns in air at room temperature, there it is considered to be spontaneous combustion without doing any kind of procedure of igniting or bringing in the ignition temperature. Here the room temperature itself is ignition temperature for phosphorus, so that is called spontaneous combustion. Now we move on to not rapid but explosion. We generally have fireworks on festival days. When a cracker is ignited, a sudden reaction takes place with the evolution of heat, light, and sound. A large amount of gas formed in the reaction is liberated, and such a reaction is called explosion. Explosion is that when combustion takes place, enormous heat is produced, light is produced, and loud sound is produced. And the best example of explosion is the firecracker work. Now it's time to talk about flame. Here you can see the yellow part, reddish yellow part. This is called flame. Here also you can see flame. Here also you can see flame. Color of flame, here you see light yellowish, here bluish flame you can see. Now The occurrence of flame, or what is flame? The substances which vaporize during burning give flames. For example, kerosene oil and molten wax. Molten wax मतलब पिघला हुआ वैक्स. गर्मी के वजह से मोम पिघल जाता है और पिघला हुआ मोम को कहते हैं molten wax. So kerosene oil and molten wax rise through the wick and are vaporized during burning and form flames. Charcoal, on the other hand, does not vaporize and so does not produce a flame. In the starting of the chapter, I told every combustion doesn't produce flame. So, this is the reason. Now you can understand why every combustible substance on combustion doesn't produce flame. It produces flame only it vaporizes on burning. So, in case of kerosene oil or molten wax or the ghee or the vegetable oil which you use it at home, it vaporizes on burning and so it produces flame. But charcoal doesn't do it. We will now study the structure of flame. Here you can see, you can have a close look at the different zones of candle flame. The best thing you can observe and tell is the candle flame. Okay? Look here, the outer zone of complete combustion, which is actually blue in color, but here very light blue is shown here, but practically you can see the flame. Light the candle at home, stick it to the support, and you can just see the live flame. The outer zone, which is blue in color, is the hottest part. Then comes the mid, which is moderately hot, and the middle zone of partial combustion is yellowish in color, and the least hot, which is nearest to the wick, this is wick, and which is nearest to the wick, is the innermost zone of the unburned wax, and that's least hot. Okay, three zones: outer zone, which is blue in color, middle zone, which is yellow in color, and the least hot region, which is the innermost unburnt wax, that is black in color. And that is the reason when you move your finger through this region, you don't feel the heat. But if you put your finger over here, you will feel the heat to the maximum. From the middle zone, when you pass the finger quickly, a little bit, but if you rapidly move your finger through it, you will not feel the heat, but you can feel the heat over here. Never pass your finger through it. My experience I am sharing with you. You don't do. Now about fuel. What is a fuel? The sources of heat for domestic and industrial purpose are considered to be, or the substances which are the sources of heat for domestic and industrial purpose is called fuel. How will you define a good fuel? A good fuel is one which is readily available, it is cheap, it burns easily in air at a moderate rate, produces a large amount of heat, and it do not leave behind any undesirable substances. So this type of fuel is considered to be a good fuel. There is probably no fuel that could be considered as an ideal fuel, because some or the other drawback is found in every kind of fuel. So we should look for a fuel which fulfills most of the requirements फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर यूज़। आपको क्या करना होगा, आपको ऐसा फ्यूल ढूंढना होगा जो आपके यूज़ के मुताबिक वो अच्छा रहे। सारे क्वालिटीज़, गुड क्वालिटीज़ तो एक फ्यूल में नहीं मिलेगा। सो फ्यूल्स डिफर इन देयर कॉस्ट। सम फ्यूल आर चीपर देन अदर्स बट दे आर बेटर इन क्वालिटी। तो अब अगर क्वालिटी को चूज़ करना चाहते हो तो आप प्राइस नहीं देखोगे, राइट? सो मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ फ्यूल्स familiar to you. Group them as solid, liquid and gases. Now, how efficiency of fuel is decided? The efficiency of the fuel is decided on the amount of heat energy produced when complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel takes place, and that is called calorific value. What is calorific value? The amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel. 1 किलो फ्यूल जब completely burn हो जाता है, complete combustion of 1 किलो फ्यूल takes place, उस वक्त जो heat energy produce होता है उस को कहते हैं calorific value. And the calorific value of a fuel is expressed in a unit called kilojoule per kg. What is the unit used for calorific value? Kilojoule per kg. And calorific value of some fuels are given in table 6.4. It's as follows. You can see cow dung cake. It provides you 6,000 to 8,000 calorific value. Then wood 17,000 to 22,000. कोल इट्स पर किलो। 1 किलो काउडंग केक में से आपको 6,000 से 8,000 तक की कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू आपको मिल जाता है, एनर्जी यू गेट। वुड 17 टू 22,000। फिर कोयले से 25 से 33,000, 25,000 to 33,000. Then petrol provides you 45,000, kerosene provides you 45,000, diesel provides you 45,000. Methane, it provides you 50,000. CNG provides you 50,000. LPG provides 55,000. Biogas provides 35,000 to 40,000. And hydrogen gas provides you 1,50,000 kilojoule per kg. हर 1 किलो गिवन फ्यूल के सामने कितना एनर्जी it provides you, it is given. So now ये तो हुआ, अब तक आपने देखा कि किस तरह से फ्यूल आपके लिए हेल्पफुल है. हाउ डू यू यूज़ each and every product and byproduct of the combustion, from the combustion of fuel, whatever we get, that is heat, then flame, and sometimes even sound. But here in this chapter we have seen how do we use flame and how do we use the energy released by fuel. Okay, now we are going to see the black part of it, that is when you are burning fuel, what are the harmful effects. So the increasing fuel consumption has harmful effect on the environment. आप जब fuel efficiency, or when you are not actually fuel efficiency, जब आप ideal fuel पसंद करना चाहते हो, when you go to go for selecting a good fuel, then you have to keep in mind that not only the price or the fuel efficiency, you have to also see to it that it is causing less harm to the environment. So the first, carbon fuels like wood, coal, petroleum release unburnt carbon particles, and these fine particles are dangerous pollutants causing respiratory disease such as asthma. सांस की बीमारी हो जाती है इससे, लंग्स प्रॉब्लम यू फेस इफ़ यू इनहेल दिस अनबर्न्ड कार्बन पार्टिकल, स्पेशली व्हेन कोल और वुड इज़ वेट। जब वो गीला होता है, गीली लकड़ी या तो फिर कोयला अगर आप जलाते हो तो इनकम्प्लीट कंबसन के वजह से कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस होता है, या तो फिर कुछ पार्टिकल्स, कार्बन पार्टिकल्स अनबर्न रह जाते हैं जो आपको रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम्स देती है। इट कॉजेज रेस्पिरेटरी डिजीजेस, and sometimes if you inhale carbon monoxide in lot, then what happens, you even succumb to death or you die. Secondly, incomplete combustion of these fuels give carbon monoxide gas, which I told you in the previous point. It is a very poisonous gas and it is dangerous to burn coal in a closed room. During winter you should have proper ventilation. If you have a fireplace, then you should also have a chimney attached to the fireplace so that the carbon monoxide or the unburnt carbon particles which are released, it gets removed along with the hot air which tends to go up, will get removed through the chimney, so that you can sit at ease to soothe yourself from the extreme cold outside the house. You can close doors and windows, but you should have chimney at the top of the fireplace, then it is safe for you. Otherwise you should not burn wood or coal in closed room. The carbon monoxide gas produced can kill persons sleeping in that room. So this is the reason, and these are the harmful effects on burning fuel. Not only this, the automobiles, they also produce harmful gases or toxic gases through the silencer, and if the maintenance of the vehicles are not done properly, then it gives out too much of harmful gases, which is air polluting. We should look into the maintenance of the vehicle which we are using it. And the third harmful effect, combustion of most fuels releases carbon dioxide in the environment. Increased concentration of carbon dioxide in air is believed to cause global warming. You can see the weather or the climatic changes around you due to the global warming. Global warming is what? Is the rise in temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. ये है global warming. Temperature दिन ब दिन बढ़ता जा रहा है, and this results among other things in the melting of polar glaciers. इसके वजह से क्या होगा, जहाँ पे ग्लेशियर्स है, मतलब एंटार्क्टिक रीजन्स में, पोलर रीजन्स में जो बड़े बड़े आइस के पीसेस हैं जिसको ग्लेशियर्स कहा जाता है, वो पिघलने लगता है, और वो पिघलने पर हर जगह पे सी लेवल राइज हो जाता है. दिस लीड्स टू राइज इन सी लेवल, causing flood in the coastal area, and low-lying coastal area may even be permanently submerged under water. कुछ ऐसे low-lying coastal areas है जिनकी लेवल बहुत नीची है, तो वो क्या होता है, हमेशा के लिए पानी में डूब जाएगा, सी वाटर के नीचे दब जाएगा. So in that case you have to be very careful. It's not task of only one person, it is task of each and every people residing on earth, living on earth. See that the global warming should be under control by reducing the spread of toxic gases due to the burning of fuel. Fourth point, burning of coal and diesel releases sulfur dioxide gas. Few minutes before I have told you that many toxic gases are released due to the burning of fuels. automobile fuels, and it is an extremely suffocating and corrosive gas. And moreover, petrol engines give off gases oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen dissolve in air to give or to form and forms acid, and this rain is considered to be acid rain. It's very harmful for crops, buildings and soil, and that is the reason you can find that white colored Taj Mahal developing into yellowish or pale white. Renovation or redevelopment of the Taj Mahal is being done to maintain the beauty of it. It's purely because of the acid rain occurring, and the use of diesel and petrol as fuels in automobile is being replaced by CNG, compressed natural gas, because CNG produces the harmful products in very small amount in comparison to the other fuel. CNG is a cleaner fuel. So we come to the end of the chapter. We have talked about combustion. We have talked about the factors supporting or required for combustion. We have also studied about the flame. We have also studied about the fuel, and we have also finally studied about the harmful effects of the burning of fuel. Now it's time for the keywords which we have come across. The first word is rain, acid rain, calorific value, combustion, deforestation, explosion, flame, fire extinguisher, fuel, fuel efficiency, global warming, ideal fuel, ignition temperature, and inflammable substances. So, our next video is going to come up about the 7th chapter. It's all about conservation of plants and animals. How can we save our planet, or how can we save our plants and animals? So till then, stay at home and stay safe. Not only that, try to complete your work and keep on reading the chapters. Take science as a playful way. Play with science and you will see how you enjoy it. Is that clear? Your teacher might be boring one, but I hope you can make it interesting by doing the activities given in the textbook practically and enjoy it. Yes, of course, one of the practical activity I'm going to show you while I'll be explaining you the 7th chapter. Before I start explaining 7th chapter, I'll show you the activity which is left out. It's one about the ignition temperature, how the paper cup or how the water filled in the paper cup doesn't allow the ignition temperature to reach the required ignition temperature for burning a paper. And दूसरा जो आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में पहला है, how air is essential or oxygen in the air is essential for combustion. ये दो एक्टिविटीज़ मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी before I explain you the 7th chapter. Okay, till then, goodbye.